Well, it's Monday again, and we're back. Airfix and chill. Good evening, everyone. I'm Moz, and I've been joined tonight by some brilliant modelers. We've got in the chat, we've got John Alec from the US of A. Hello, my friend.
Hi, John.
What's that on your work? I'm really well. What's that on your workbench?
This is the 124th Spitfire. So I'm just wrapping up the seam on that, and I've got the body, the fuselage all primed up and ready to go. And
that's brilliant. Yeah. Are you pleased with the kit so far? You love it?
Absolutely love it. It's, if not one of, probably the most enjoyable kit I've worked on. I just so happy I got it. I bought it.
Oh, yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did, because I know that there was a lot of talk about the price of it getting it over to you. It wasn't cheap, was it?
Well, I got the 15-pound discount ordering through your
from my link.
So
brilliant.
It was $120 delivered, and I got that real nice poster with it. So $120 for this kit is well worth it.
I must get a frame for that poster, because you know what happens with posters? If you don't frame them, you'll end up bloody ripping them. Do you know what I mean? At the moment, it's up there in that box. It's like a triangular box it came in, wasn't it?
Right.
I need to get that framed and get it put somewhere, in my wall of. Well, I've got no walls to put it on in here. I might just put it in the front room and piss off the missus, anything scale modelling stays in your room, And there's a big Spitfire there right above the fireplace. So, so it's looking fabulous, mate. I'm loving the texture you've been able to get on the spraying. It looks the bollocks, mate. Fair play to you, mate. Fair play.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Cool. Right, so Ms. Modeler, how are you this evening?
I'm all right.
You feeling better?
I'm getting there.
You're getting there, are you?
Yeah.
Fair enough. What are you building at the moment?
I've finished building at the moment. I've finished about 3 models last week. So I was gonna start my Hurricane today, but I just came for good vibes instead.
You have built that custom dress of yours.
That's true. I did order this custom dress, but
that's brilliant. So it's got Revel, Airfix,
Italaries, Bethesda, Monogram, Mac 2, KP, Frog,
Has it got Mod 6510's logo on there somewhere?
No, because it's only got kit manufacturers.
Shit manufacturer.
And I tried to put
Hang on a minute, has she got Mr. Craft on there?
No.
You could have put that one over the arse.
I did quite put a lot on here that are often forgotten, but
fair play.
I forgot to do them, to be honest. They just rebox other people's stuff anyway. So do Revel, and I've got them on here, but still.
Fair play to you. So then, Captain VFC, what clothes have you ordered this week?
Well, that would be a little bit too revealing, which is a hint as to what I've ordered.
No,
that would just be for you. Today, though, I'm starting the F8F1 Bearcat, which still has a Model Zone sticker price label on it from when I bought it in 2010, and I only cut it open 2 days ago. So this was a genuine sealed kit that probably would have sold for about £6. I've made a couple before, and this is the same as the Monogram one, but with considerably more flash.
Yeah.
At least it's blue, I guess.
Yeah,
you won't have to spray it. Just put a gloss on it.
The instructions tell you not to include 2 parts, one of them being the stand that has Monogram written on it, and the other being the post. Cheeky
That's
bastard.
fantastic. Yeah. You would have thought they would have got somebody to snip them off at the factory, wouldn't you?
No, because it's Ravel.
Fair play. Well, good luck with that. To be fair, I haven't touched. I've got that Bearcat from Hobby Boss. I do have a Hobby Boss 148 scale coming from Sprue Box. James, the model officer. He did me a deal on one, so I've got one coming for the 48 in 48, which is his Models for Heroes build-a-thon over a weekend. So I'll be buying that'll be coming in the post this week, he told me. So hopefully I'll do an unboxing of that. Moving on, we'll go to Sully. Good evening, Sully. How are you?
All right, too bad. You?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, live stream, fantastic. Really
thank
good.
you.
Thoroughly
Wasn't too
enjoyed
bad for a
popping on
first
there.
go.
Yeah, I think just the microphone needs adjustment. Or
Yeah,
get a
I
decent
just couldn't get
microphone.
my for some reason I see some crappy wireless ones. I couldn't get my usual one to work for some reason, considering it's just a normal pair of headphones, which are the ones I'm using now.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. Yeah, next time when I come around to doing it again, I'll have a better idea what I'm doing.
Oh, brilliant!
It was a bit off. It was off the cuff anyway. It was a little off the cuff thing because the missus was away, and I thought, well, it's a perfect opportunity to give it a go.
Yeah.
And no, it wasn't too bad, I think, for the first go.
Oh, brilliant! I'm chuffed.
Thank you.
I'm chuffed.
It was good. It was very
Yeah,
good.
it was good.
Yeah.
Also, who's just jumped in is Rorex. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hello.
The enamel person. No, what's it you were called? The enamel. Oh, someone said you were because everything you do is enamel, and it's just
Modeling in hard mode.
Yeah, old school, it's there's no
Somebody
cockpit
has to do it.
detail. Yeah, no cockpit detail, but there's enamel paint on the kit,
No cockpit detail, come on.
That's good. That
Not very good visible, but there is cockpit detail in it.
Yeah. Fair play. Wow. So what manufactures that one?
It's a Revell kit. I got a second one. I got even a third one.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually really like that kit.
Yeah, and it's
I've made a few of them.
It's very fun to build. I got 3 of them, and I'm building one of them, and it has a light in it, but I'm not going to put it on now. But it's going to be on the stand in landing position, and probably one of my second ones will be flying next to it in the future, landing next to it.
Oh,
that
brilliant!
Would be the plan, at least.
That is actually their own tool as well, which is a rarity, as we know.
Well, it's quite good. It has quite good detail in the wheelbase and also in the cockpit, and I'm quite I'm pleased with it.
You're
honest.
pleased with it?
Cool. Do you want to swap?
Yeah,
I've got a Bearcat here.
I got this one. Sure, swap it for a Bearcat. I don't have a Bearcat. So, but I'm happy.
Happy. So that's everyone's chatted about. At the moment, I'm still building the Bantam from what's it called?
Mini Art. Sprue Box.
And I've just sprayed up the chassis, and I've just tonight put a coat on the Jeep, and then my compressor died, and I'm crying inside.
R.I.P.
Crying inside.
It's dead then.
It's only had one coat with the lacquer. It's actually come up quite right with one coat, but I want to just give it another one just straight over. It's come up really nice. I'm just gutted, and it just what happened was there's on the compressor you've got the tank and you've got the motor on top. There's a pipe that goes on the outside. I don't know what I've done. I haven't touched it, but the pipe is it's a metal pipe. It's gone to one side and it's actually split on the thread. So I'm there brushing away thinking, why is this not getting up to so I have it about 18 psi. So I started spraying away because I thought because it was coming out all right and it was spraying all right. And I thought that motor hasn't stopped, and then I looked and it was showing 3 psi. Then I thought, oh, what's going on here? So I felt around, checked all the connections, and when I put my hand around the back near that pipe, I could feel air coming out. I was like, oh no. Then all of a sudden it just stopped. So I'm gonna have to buy, but as you can see, I was getting into it and then it just stopped on me. So I have to order one this week because I can't go without a compressor. Crumbs, you know. What am I? What am I, a hairy sticker? What am I, a hairy sticker? Like, you know, using hairy stick now.
Live a little.
Live a little.
Live a little.
Yeah. Quite
Join the
few...
club. Join the club.
Mojo build.
Mojo build. This is not a Mojo build, by the way. So yeah, we'll discuss that another time. But if you are a channel member, I've been actually building this live. I jump on in an evening, and I've been building this as part of the live series that I've been doing for the channel members. Also, if you are a channel member, the stickers have arrived. So all these stickers now have come. So if you're a channel member, you get a set of these for free. Just email me with the address, your address, and I'll get them sent out. Now today, the channel members that live outside of the UK, I went to the post office and the woman just snorted at me. She snorted when I said, "Can I send these 4 packets abroad?" And she snorted and said, "Not a chance, matey, because the hack or the cyber attack has meant that they cannot send out any postage from the UK." And it's not the reason they can't take it. They can't register, which I thought was interesting. They can't register the CN22 form. You know, you've got to put a form on the back, haven't you, to say the item's free, customs form. And they can't register it. So channel members, you live outside, I've packed it. They're there. The letters are here. As soon as Royal Mail allow me to send it, I will send them out to you. So you will get them. So channel members get these stickers free. Anyone else, if they like the stickers and they're not a channel member, when I'm selling them, UK only at the moment is £5.99, and that's free shipping as well. So I'm making very little on these. It cost me more in the design, I think, is to get somebody to design it for me. So these are going out for £5.99 to channel members. So to everyone else, but channel members get them for free. All right. So that's basically my spiel for tonight.
If anyone wants them for $3.99, I'll just tell Moz that mine haven't arrived, and I'll keep getting free ones.
Yeah. So we've got the usuals in tonight. We've got Taggers, good evening. We've got Celtic West, nice to see you, my friend. To Boldly Go, he was on last night with me when I was doing a little bit of building, which was quite good. I'm going to call him Bish63. He's been gifted channel membership. Thank you for joining us. David James in the chat, 420 scale models. I will take that tip. I think you're right. A little bit of dry brushing with some dark iron on this will go down a bit of a treat because it is very flat. And I was considering doing a bit of dry brushing on that. Morrowind's in the chat. Nice to see you, my friend. Again, Jeff Lights. We've got... I've heard Moz will be wearing the Airfix mankini. No, I won't. I can assure you. You know, if you go onto a certain website where you can buy my T-shirts, you can buy it with 6510 logo on your underpants. But you know, for those good nights out. Roachford's in the chat. Stephen Belcher's in the chat. Erwing's in the chat. Nice to see you, my friend. Dan is also in the chat. Yours went out today, Dan, your stickers, so you should get them either tomorrow or Thursday. Tomorrow or Wednesday. Tagger's done him. Thunderbolt Models, nice for you to join us, my friend. Luke Island, he's also in the chat. Nice to see you. Jack Power, Fenris Hunter, nice to see you, my friend. So yeah, we've got quite a few in the chat. But and Crazy Locker again, thank you very much for your super chat. I do appreciate that. Hit the like, ring the bell, and wash your hand, nerds, or Moz's in the mankini will try to spoon you. Well, we've found a level. We've got Hobby Barn in the chat. I hope you're well, my friend. I'm going to try and get you on next week. We're going to have Hobby Barn on the show next week, so he can tell us about his how he's got into his modeling and stuff. And if you're can you please go over to Hobby Barn, to his channel? Please subscribe to him. We would love to see that man get 1,000 subscribers. So go over there and meet up with him. Jeff's in the chat. Dominique's in the chat. Plastic Monkey. I see him. Plastic Monkey. Great to be here. 50s Bin Man. Hi, my friend. Yeah, I have sprayed this up now. Not quite finished. Got another coat to do, but I broke my compressor. Bollocks. Black Rat's in the chat as well. We've got loads in the chat tonight. Danish, I've gone through them. I think I've mentioned everyone now in the chat. Or Poor Price has just turned up as well. Brilliant. So, news this week, and it was mentioned around, and it's been on Twitter, that Airfix are now getting into the drinks section. So, on my bench, I have a packet of the Warbird Coffee Company Model Brew. This is the coffee one. And it is quite clever, actually, how they've done this. I'm surprised they didn't call it Modeler's Sprue Coffee. Do you know what I mean? It's Sprue, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But
modelers are often
interesting.
simple souls.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, Modeler's Brew. They've Warbird Coffee, and this horsepower. I love this. It's got 3 horsepower. This one, I think it's quite clever. Nice packaging, and it's full. And the beauty is, it's even got an Airfix product code. The product code is A78000. So I thought it was really clever. I just thought, but there's the tea. There's the coffee, and also, but I don't drink tea. I don't like tea at all. They also brought out Modeler's Brew tea as well. So you're getting 80 traditional breakfast tea bags. Well, I can assure you, Picard won't be happy because it's not Earl Grey. But yeah, they come in like a papery bag, and this one also has a product code of A7833, and you get 80 tea bags. Now, I think they're £7.50 a bag. Is that right? About £7.50 a bag. But that's £3.95 shipping. So if you're going to buy coffee, buy this, but buy a kit as well, and try and get over the £20 mark, because then you'll get free shipping. So, but yeah, tea bag wise, we'll open up and have a little look. I'm really disappointed they're not the pyramid bags. I love PG tip pyramid bags. They're just flat. I think they smell like tea. So I don't drink tea. I'm not a fan of tea.
You've been on the phone to Dale twice already today. Why do you not the pyramid bags?
Yeah, why not the pyramid bags? We could have done with the pyramid bags.
I wanted it in 1/72.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
is it rebranded and twice the price?
If anybody would like to try the Modeler's Brew tea, email me and I'll send you a couple of bags. All right,
He's sending everything.
So yeah, but just before, I have actually got some of the coffee here. I have. So
that was a very Blue Peter moment there. Here's some I made earlier.
Here's some I made earlier.
And who's not going to sleep tonight?
I just said that to my beloved there. I said I'll just make enough for 1 cup.
It's true. He did say it to Sally. Yeah.
So we'll plunge that down. It's been brewing now for, I don't know, 10 minutes. What's the time now? Yeah, about 15 minutes. I've got my little bootleg Airfix mug here that I don't know how these got printed, and they're not available in any website or anything. I had a friend who said, I've got this new machine. Can I try out some bits and pieces for you? Like this machine, he'd done me a load of cups, a load of these as well with Tamiya Airfix Revlon. So I've got them as well. There you go. There's the Airfix ones he did for me, which were quite cool. And he'd done these cups as well. So let's try this coffee, shall we? And I hope it tastes all right, because I do like coffee, but about 3 years ago, I worked in the sales sector selling truck parts, and I could drink 12 to 15 coffees a day, easy. And I started to get heart palpitations from the caffeine. So I went to decaf, and I went cold turkey, just right off the coffee, and I had the worst migraines ever for a whole 2 weeks.
That's
Yeah, it frightened me because I thought I was dying. I was looking on Google and I had brain tumor. I looked at when I went to the doctor, he said, "Have you changed your diet?" And I said,
normal.
"Well, I've come off coffee," and he goes, "That's what it is." So it does show you it's quite thing, but it smells all right.
It's the receptors that are not getting their fix. So
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's
well known. It's not a big issue.
Poor Price just says, "Does it come in vintage classic flavour?" Here we go. This is going to be great tonight. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
By the way, it is.
Yeah, go on.
Because I have looked it up. It's not like Ravel's coffee that hasn't come out yet. It is genuinely their own. You can't buy this brew from anyone else. You can buy it from Warbirds, but it's the Airfix specific brew. It's not a Reebok one.
Crumbs. Tell you what.
It doesn't say Humbrol, so that's good.
Wow. Do you know what? I'm going to rate this coffee. Now, I'm not going to lie, and people can shout me down. I think one of the best coffees out there is McDonald's. McDonald's coffee is very, very good.
No.
The shitest coffee is that Coffee Nero. That's the worst coffee. Starbucks is dog shit anyway. I don't know why people go to Starbucks, but Costa's up there for me. Greg's do a good coffee as well, believe it or not. But I'm going to rate this up there with the McDonald's ones. That's actually very, very nice.
You've never been able to unsell something to me so hard, Mars.
Because I said it's like McDonald's coffee.
I would rather stick slugs up my nostril and take a deep breath in than drink McDonald's coffee.
You don't like McDonald's coffee?
Oh, it's just hot piss water.
No, is it shite?
Bitter twat.
No. There was testing done on McDonald's coffee, and Costa and McDonald's. There was only 5 milligrams difference in the caffeine value.
Or by an American, that's also possible.
Yeah.
To Moz's defense, I know a lot of people, particularly people who commute a shit ton, who all say that they really like McDonald's coffee. I wouldn't say they say it's the best, but they do really like it.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people with bad taste.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you can be. Look, I totally get what people say, and they just look at, because McDonald's coffee is £1.50, isn't it? It's cheap, and like I collect the beans on the side of the cup, and every time I get 6, I get a free one. But I am the decaf, because I get decaf coffee there. If I fancy a caffeinated coffee, Costa or McDonald's are my go-to. Greg's as well. Greg's do a good one. There's a coffee called, is it Toshiba or Toshibo, which I see sometimes in cafes around. That's a bloody good coffee. But I think Starbucks is piss. I don't like Starbucks at all.
I agree.
No, I don't like. I don't know why people go on about. I think the reason why people have liking Starbucks coffee was years ago. That was the only fucking place you could get Wi-Fi.
Right.
And then people got accustomed to Starbucks shite, and that's why they go back there.
Not only that, it's also because of the name, and in America they don't have coffee whatsoever, and Starbucks is the closest thing to coffee there.
Is that what it is it?
Yeah, because in the Netherlands we have very, very coffee with a lot of aromas and taste, as in like very strong and stuff like that. And when I lived in Canada, it was every coffee was horrible. It didn't taste like anything, and the only thing that came a little bit close to coffee was Starbucks.
Okay, fair enough. Sully says you can't beat Yorkshire tea, and as a non-tea drinker, everyone says that.
What's Yorkshire tea then like? Explain
it's basically it's Yorkshire with coal in it. I think that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Can't beat a bit of coal, you know.
Oh,
Can't beat a bit of charcoal.
Straight out of the barbecue, right?
Yeah.
Just going down. Wayne Welly, he's a Starbucks man.
But is it special then, that tea?
Coffee.
That Yorkshire tea.
The Yorkshire tea.
It's just tea, isn't it?
It's just tea, but it leaves bits floating in the water. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hang on. Let's have the debate here. Milking first or after?
No
After,
milk.
obviously.
Come on.
If you're gonna put milk in, you put it after.
Yeah.
Well,
apparently,
for coffee,
finished.
if you put the milk in first, it stops the hot water burning the beans. Apparently.
That doesn't work, does it?
Told.
Because
I don't know. I don't drink coffee.
It's fine because McDonald's pre-burn their beans for you.
They burn everything. Right?
Brent Stratters has just said at Telford this year, someone will leave an Airfix cup of tea on the competition table and it will win first prize. So, well done, Airfix. I think that's really, really nice, to be fair. I'm not going to drink any more because I want to go to bed tonight and I don't want to, I need to get to bed, so I've got auction tomorrow. So yeah, it's a change, isn't it? I've been crying out for Airfix to come out with some decent t-shirts and they've given us coffee. So
they listened to the first part, T-shirts. So
yeah, close.
Now only the shirt. So close. Give them some points. Come on.
It's interesting they've done this though, isn't it? If you think about it, I've got the blurb here. I'll read the blurb out to you. They've sent this to some of the content creators that they're especially kind to, and I thank you, Dale, for sending it to me. It was a lovely surprise because I texted him coffee. When I heard about this, I said coffee, and he went, "Yeah, black, no sugar." I said, "You're the man. That's how I like my coffee." And he went, "We are excited to introduce you to the Airfix Modeller's Brew, carefully crafted by Warbird Coffee, a small RAF veteran-owned enterprise with a big message. Coffee worth talking about, acknowledging the countless hours that go into maintaining aircraft in an airworthy condition. The Warbird Coffee Company aims to spread awareness of those working so hard to preserve the aviation heritage from the Second World War. Raised on a diet of model kits and films such as The Battle of Britain and 633 Squadron, co-owners John and Adam developed a passion for vintage warbirds and military history. Born out of that shared enjoyment of the perfect cup of tea, coffee, and seeing warbirds where they belong, the decision was made to combine the two." And then you got a bit of blurb here in italics. "In creating something that's focusing specifically on the community that is constantly battling the financial burdens, you're telling me. Just trying to put food on the table, mate. Associated with restoring, maintaining, and flying vintage aircraft, the pair felt that Warbird Coffee Company could also do something to help with the future of warbird aviation. The aircraft of the Second World War have etched into history and an almost mythical status. At the Warbird Coffee Company, we want to ensure these magnificent aircraft remain for future generations, so the sacrifice and heroism of those who flew them will always be remembered. These aircraft are unique reminders of a time when young men and women would place themselves at the mercy of the enemy and all too often made the ultimate sacrifice in the name of freedom. Our partnered products raised money for the associated aircraft, and since we started back last year, 2021, they've raised $4,500 for the Warbird community." And then that's from John. "When coffee and community come together, Modeller's Brew is a match made in scale modelling heaven, as we are sure you'll agree. We hope you enjoy. You look forward to hearing your thoughts." The Airfix team. Fair play to them. Can't say fairer than that, can you? It's they've got a good ethos behind them. But I'm glad Airfix released the coffee and not Humbroo. Just saying.
And then we get sent back.
Humbrel's
not
just
the
going to
right
do the
colour.
instant coffee version. That's all they're going to
Yeah.
do, you know?
It's
It'll
not the
take too
right
long to
color.
dry.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm actually quite. That's quite nice. That's actually. I shouldn't be drinking it really because I'm going to be up all night now dreaming.
Mhm.
But that is actually a very nice coffee.
It's a good
That's
coupling, though,
actually-
isn't it? With Airfix and Warbird.
Yeah,
I think it's really cool. That is.
yeah.
Nice.
The Modeler's Brew. So I was just looking on the back. The only thing that's missing, I would like to have seen some more information about where they source the beans from. There's a lot to be said about ethically sourced,
Yes.
etc. And we have to ask the question because it's at the forefront. And in recent revelations, like with the cocoa bean, Nestle and Cadbury's have really fallen foul because it isn't what they say it is. It'd be nice to know where it comes from. Is it Brazilian, Peru, Puerto Rican coffee? Obviously they've brewed it where they've just look at that. Can you see that in there?
Grown it.
It does smell Moorish as well. So you don't get it. And also I actually prefer my coffee as beans. I get like a cup full of beans, put it in the magic bullet, give it a rub, and then out it comes and then I can put it in my machine. So, but yeah, fair play to Airfix, but I'd like a little bit more information about it. But there's a date on there when they roasted it. So they roasted this 11th for the 1st. So they roasted that 19 days ago. So it's freshly done. But what's your take on it? Do you think it's a good idea that they've gone down this route?
It's not a bad idea.
Mm.
Certainly gets people talking about it.
Yeah.
It does.
And the
With the
collaboration
Moses
is nice.
dedicated the stream to it.
Yeah. And the collaboration is nice.
Celtic West has just said Humber would do a 3DT.
Yeah.
It's getting worse.
Try weathering it with Moz. Okay, fair enough. Gary Stuffs just said, like Airfix kits, the coffee is Indian. Indian coffee. But it says French press coffee on there. It says French press coffee.
Perhaps it's in India with the French press.
Much of the stuff on the Warbirds website. So Warbirds make coffee for specific causes. So this doesn't say that this coffee will go towards a Warbird, but they do coffee for example, the People's Mosquito. If you buy that coffee, the People's Mosquito get a bit of money for that. Most of their coffee is a mix of South American beans. So it doesn't specify a country. It's just, here are some Central and Southern American beans. Enjoy. See, I did my research.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
Impressive.
All right, teachers, Pat, calm down.
I just want a tea bag in an envelope later.
I'll
I'll give you a tea bag.
I can't see the coffee being Indian. I can see the tea being Indian, but I can't see the coffee being Indian.
Well, I wouldn't want British tea. It wouldn't bloody grow properly. It'd taste horrible.
Hey, don't say that. Poor Sydney's all upset now that you said that with the Tetley and everything.
He's just being honest, come on.
Yeah, Moz wouldn't be able to get the Humble coffee bag to work. Oh, you cheeky bugger! That's not fair.
Been running on the wrong software.
So my main takeaway,
wrong size mug.
My main takeaway from this is, why not? What's wrong with doing it? I know some people have been moaning and thinking it's ridiculous. Well, who decided that companies should do T-shirts for everything? Every company does a T-shirt or has done a T-shirt at some point.
Yeah.
Airfix have done puzzles. They did those members bonbons at one point, didn't they?
It's unique for sure. And
I mean, they
I
still
don't see
do
wrong with it.
puzzles.
Yeah, they still puzzles make some sort of sense because it's another hobby thing that people can do. But Yeah, why not drink coffee whilst you're model making? And if you're going to, why not buy some coffee to bulk up your postage?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I was going to
sure.
say. There's no point buying it when it's £3.95.
And if you are one of those weird people that gets really, really offended by the idea of Airfix doing coffee, then just don't buy it.
So the Airfix website says French press coffee, but the product on the actual Warbirds website say Modeller's Brew Coffee is an Indian bean. Ah, that's fair enough.
Interesting.
Captain VFC teabagging. Well done, Celtic. I like that.
It went there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if it's an Indian bean, then it's an Indian bean. So that's even another tie-in, isn't it, for FX? It's Indian. So yeah, not all of FX kits are made in India, though, are they? So we can't just blanket put that on there. Some are from Korea, some are English, some are Indian. So
some are from the depths of hell.
Could be a USP instead of a club kit. Now, how about Coffee Club? Yeah. That's interesting. It'd be interesting to see. It's $4,500 for
for a bag of coffee.
That's how much they've given so far.
Oh,
so, but that's the trouble sometimes, isn't it? They say that profits go to such and such. Well, they don't. Yeah,
they're just saying that the company supports something. They're not saying we are giving money from this product.
Right.
It's a nice, clever way of getting around questions like where and how much.
Yeah, but apparently they, according to Twitter, Brooke was saying, I think on Twitter, that this has been keeping Airfix going as this Modeller's Brew Coffee. So, look at that! Apparently, order from the Warbirds website. You can get a monthly subscription for £17.13 per month. Or a weekly subscription for £17.13 per week. Crumbs. That's a lot of coffee, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a lot of coffee to boldly go. John looks up teabagging. I tell you something. I didn't know what teabagging was until I watched an episode of Sex in the City. And one of the girls was moaning about a fella leaving tea bags around the house, and the older, the mutton dressed as lamb girl walks in. The one that was in Police Academy and in Porky's. She walks in and goes, "What are you talking about?" She went, "Tea bags." "Oh, just breathe through your nose." And I was like, "What does she mean by that?" It took a while. Just breathe through your nose, love. Just breathe through your nose. But yeah. Fair play. It does taste all right, actually. I'm quite pleasantly surprised by that. And I'm going to put it behind me now because I need to go to bed tonight, and I know that drinking coffee at 8:45 is an appetite for a disaster, isn't it? So
yes.
So there you go. In the chat, would you buy this sort of coffee? Is it the sort of thing you would do? Let me know in the comments in the chat. Is it something that you would think about buying? Knowing that some of it's going to a good cause. Obviously, I presume Airfix will make a cut on this as well.
They just need to sell the mug again, so they can do a set where you can buy the mug and the coffee, or the mug.
What they'll do is they'll give you Airfix will give you a file where you can actually print your own cut on a 3D printer.
Yeah, you just need to have a 3D printer that's not the Humbrol one, so it actually works.
And not a Mac.
And not be Moz, basically.
I take that back about the Mac. You cannot blame the Mac on this, right? The tea, yes, but coffee is lost on me. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Owen says Starbucks buy the most expensive coffee in the world, sourced from Switzerland. That is why they make no profit in their coffee shops. I paid more tax in the UK than them. Guess who owns the Swiss firm? Yeah, of course, that's exactly how it works. Or you could be a member of parliament and then pretend you should have paid tax, but didn't realise that you had to pay tax, and then realise that no, you did have to pay tax. Then you paid the tax, and you still got sacked. There, end of subject. Right, no politics on this show. I think the coffee and tea is a good idea for a prezi, but to drink regularly, nah. Yeah, I suppose they could bring out their own Airfix Coca-Cola, couldn't they? Airfix Coke.
I think
Get a
that's
bag
something
like
very,
this.
very
Yeah,
different.
you get it comes in a white bag
From
instead.
Colombia, right?
Just call it Sprue
Much
dust.
smaller bag, yeah.
Yeah.
On the gram.
Keep you powered through those modelling sessions.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wow, it's
That's a good way to get it past customs. They will never think of a kit being one used for that.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, did you say that Italeri have brought out their new models this week?
Yes.
Did somebody say that?
Today, I
They
think.
come out today, did it?
Yes.
We want it in English, don't we? So, it's an anniversary apparently.
Yeah, I sent you the link, and there's a PDF on there, which is just images, and there's a little text thing going, "Look, here is what we are doing."
Okay.
There are some mistakes in the catalog though, which is kind of amusing.
Yeah. Right, let me just. Is it a download? Is it?
It'll take you like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
It's a virus.
It's a virus.
Hit the lyric virus.
Right. Okay.
Shit, my printer's just gone rogue. It's printing pegs again.
No, if it's an Italeri virus, what it will mean is everything will stop working for about 3 years before it's meant to do anything, because everything will be late.
That doesn't surprise me.
And doesn't fit.
I mean, their biggest announcement this year is something from last year, so that's what you need to know.
That's a thing.
And did you already order it?
No, because you couldn't. They literally announced at the start of last year. Everyone in forums was like, "Oh my god, so excited for this!" And then we got to like the end of the year, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, what a surprise!"
What a surprise! Jeff says he'll probably buy it as a one-off novelty. That coffee. Who's getting Moz a 5 horsepower coffee for Christmas? Yeah, honestly, I don't really, I don't drink coffee like I used to. But if you're thinking about buying a T-shirt, you're quite welcome to buy one of my T-shirts. I've done a lovely Bearcat one that.
Always the salesman.
Yeah, definitely. So what we're looking at. So this is the Model Kit Collection preview. So how many pages is it? This one?
It's not many.
Is it not many? No.
6, I think. I had a quick look earlier.
Yeah,
6 pages.
Yeah, but there's the front cover and the 2 intros. I think it's
3,
7 in total.
They've got 7 new models, have they?
No,
probably just 7 pages.
the
Waffle.
7 pages. Yeah.
Is that all they do? In 7 pages? Crumbs.
7 pages of waffle would be a great title for my autobiography.
I think this is just everything that's coming back this year. I think. So there's obviously still their standard range.
Nothing new then, basically.
Well, there's a new tool, F35C at the top. That's on page 4.
Page 4,
along
page
with
4.
the AMX.
That one there, is it?
So there's the AMX, which has never been released before as a injection molder kit. It's been in resin for like ever. So that's actually one that I'm really excited for. And then at the bottom of that page is the F35C, the Lightning.
I wish I could get it bigger. I can't get it bigger, unfortunately. So.
Well, don't tell everybody about that problem.
Have you tried some of the tea bags?
Yeah. And otherwise, we can make some pills for you.
I am curious what the one at the top is. It's the F35A Lightning Beast Mode.
It's probably just got an extra set of decals with it or something.
I mean, it's got 5 sets, so I'm assuming so. It's
with the pylons on it, with all the external rockets on it. That's beast mode.
Hobby
so that's not stealth. So that's the non-stealth configuration of the F-35.
Hobby Times hit the nail on the head. 7 pages of re-release e-side kits. They bought all the tooling, didn't they? That's why.
Yeah.
So slide 5, that looks 100% new mode. What's that one there then?
The Fulgore.
Is that what it is?
They're
Is it?
World War
That's
II
a new
planes.
mode.
MC202.
Italian.
Yeah.
They were really
Wow.
beautiful.
I'd like to do one of those actually.
Yeah,
I made one. That
Nice,
it was quite fun.
100% new modes.
They have got quite a few, there's not loads. And interestingly, on the next page, yeah, you've got it there. So they've got that new molds 1/32 scale NATO pilots, which is a bit different.
Yeah, they look a bit life. The one on the left looks like Jeremy Clarkson.
And they've also brought back that F-16 cockpit in 1/12 scale, which is cool.
Yeah, that went down quite well. I think didn't Spencer Pollard do that for a magazine? I'm sure he did.
Most likely.
Yeah, a couple
This
of
is-
tanks there.
Most of the re-releases. I mean,
I like the way they've got
Atlantic.
back again in the
Yeah.
left-hand corner. Back again.
You
I
built
imagine
it in the 70s. Now
the
build it
leopard will do
again.
well.
Yeah.
So can you see the immediate mistake at the top of the page?
Alamein. What?
What country are they saying that Crusader belongs to with the flag?
Oh my word.
It's too small for me to see.
It's the Italian flag for
Oh, for
something
fuck.
that says Crusader Mark III with British crew.
No idea.
Well, it means
And
the
then-
Italians looked at it before they ran away.
Yeah.
And then the Panzer, which also has the Italian flag,
Yeah.
with the German crew.
New parts
them
for the
dream,
Scania.
Connor.
I must build my Airfix Euro truck, my Scania Euro truck. That's going to be on my list next year, I think, to build that, or this year. Wow, they've got a McLaren. They never done a McLaren before, have they? That can't be their tooling. That must be somebody else's tooling. So 1/12 scale. Never seen
it's
that
a-
before.
Re-release with a super decal sheet.
Anyone look on scale, mates, and find out whether that's a re-release from somebody else?
Yeah.
That looks like the Tamiya one to me. To be honest.
It's like a Tamiya
Airfix.
photo. Yeah.
Yeah. Airfix
Protar.
Protar. Ooh.
They were an old Italian manufacturer, defunct in 2000 and something. So I'm
Right.
assuming they own this now. It's
On the
theirs.
tools, yeah. See that Land Rover, the 1/24 scale. That took a bit of building, if I remember rightly.
Bugatti looks nice.
Yeah, it does actually, doesn't it?
It does.
Mm. The Bugatti
Cool.
Royal
Cool.
Coupe Napoleon. Look at the length of the bonnet on that thing, though.
It's
hell of a
pronounced-
long.
It's pronounced Bugger T.
Bugatti.
Napoleon.
Yeah.
I don't even like cars, and I think that Lancia Stratos looks beautiful.
It does. It's got a Lotus look to it, hasn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
got a Lotus look to it, definitely.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah.
And then they've got their starter sets at the bottom, which
Yeah.
not many. Vitaly don't seem to do many of them, but
Have you tried their Sprue Cutter? Honestly,
No.
their Sprue Cutter wouldn't even cut fucking bread straight. It is bollocks. I bought one. I've got one here. I'm sure I've still got it.
I've used their paintbrushes.
Why
So
do you have
they're
it?
okay.
Recommended.
Who the fuck is cutting bread with a sprue cutter?
Yeah.
I'll
Mars.
show you when we come off this. I'll show you the Sprue Cutter they give you. Even Humbrel's is better than that. So it comes with glue, colours, brush, and Sprue Cutter.
I'm
Their
interested.
Not paint,
paints
just
are very
colours.
good, though, aren't they? Their
Yeah,
paints
so
are quite
I've
good.
got their paints, and I did my G50 with theirs, and they look like they're including their full bottles of paint now, which I think is what Airfix, Ravel, Zvezda, everyone, well, except Hella, because Hella needs to get better paints first.
Yeah.
But everyone should be doing that. And I think that's the right call. I really like how they're doing the starter sets, even if they've kind of got cutters. I think it's good that they include everything, so you don't need to buy anything extra. I think that's the right way to go.
Any prices for this? Because I just want to say that Lancia is a 1 to 12 scale. That's going to be a hell of a kit to build, that, isn't it?
BBs.
Didn't they bring that out a couple of years ago, or a version of it?
No,
That's
this is new. This is a new
new.
mode. They're saying this is a brand new mode.
Who's brought that out? Because someone's brought that out recently. I'm sure of it.
They did a different Lancia.
No, it's a different one. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, they did. I think they did a different one last year, if I remember right.
I actually wouldn't mind doing that because that looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A hell of a lot of work, but a lot of fun, I think.
So basically, this is their full range this year. And to be fair, it does disappoint me because Atari did, in their last catalogue that I got from them, was a bit thicker than that. And the amount of lorries they were doing was quite impressive. The lorries.
Oh, it was a 124th one they did last year. So it was the same car, but it was 124th,
Yeah.
I think.
Ah, fair enough. So they've gone one bigger this time then.
Apparently.
Yeah. Not really much here to go, it's not like... some of it's tickled me a little bit. I'll probably buy it just for the crack.
I'm so hyped for the Air Max.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for that for so long. I've nearly bought the resin one so many times, but I knew I wouldn't do it, so I'm going to be buying several of them.
Yeah. Will you be buying the Philog as well?
No, because it's 148, 132nd. Sorry,
30 seconds. Shit, I didn't see that. Yeah.
I'll get in that bastard. I'll get that.
I mean, it's very tempting because I love the Fulgore and I love Italian aircraft. So,
Sully, as it's an Italian aircraft, are you going to put a vineyard in it?
Oh my god! Please do it crashed into a vineyard.
Yeah,
that would be beautiful.
Well,
I just have a Frenchman there or an Italian guy there with a bottle, like looking at the bottle, thinking, "Did I just witness that?" Like,
I don't want to do it and it be wrong and upset people. As it's not accurate. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you'll have to build a real replica of one first, and then fly that into a vineyard.
Yeah.
And then put a sign under it: "Don't drink and fly."
Yeah.
No, you want the pilot to be walking off with a bird's nest on his shoulder.
I was just about to say a bird's nest.
Yeah, that'll really get them.
That'll get them going.
Yeah.
I can't see any prices for the new stuff at the moment.
Saran has just said, "Do Atari actually make a good kit?"
Yes.
To be fair,
they used to be.
I'm still thinking.
So there's one on your screen there. The SN79 that they made is wow, it's good kit, a really good kit, much better than the Airfix one.
Oh yeah, but people
the
don't buy.
CR42 is really nice.
The CR42 is the best one that I've got from them. It makes pretty well, but the SM79 people only buy the Airfix one for the box art.
Yeah,
confirmed, because that's exactly what my dad did. He went, I was meaning to buy the Airfix one, the Italian one for ages, but I like the box of this one. But Dad, you're an idiot.
Just going back to Hella, to Italian, the kit that I built from them was a tank, and I'm just trying to remember which one it was, and I couldn't fault it. It was a lovely build, and I'm just trying to think which tank it was. I just had it in my mind then, and I just can't remember which tank was it. But then again, I built that Italian Spitfire Mark 9.
It's a piece of shit.
Spitfire Mark 9.
Yeah, because it's not a Mark 9. It's a Mark 5 with a 4-bladed prop.
But wait, well together.
Well, yeah, but it just has the completely wrong shaped nose and tail.
Yeah, I get that.
Some of their starter sets include Vallejo paints.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So looking at the old cost of their starter sets, the starter sets are €18, which I don't think is that bad considering what you get, but
we'll see now. They Airfix have brought out a quick build for £29. It's it'd be interesting. Historically, their decals were awful, but I think they're using cartograph now. Everyone uses cartograph.
I did their CR42 from the Battle of Britain anniversary one, so it was a re-release, quite modern. and it was the decals and that I had no issues with whatsoever. They worked flawlessly.
Jeff said their truck and car kits are good. Yeah, I've seen a lot of Italeri. That's what I'm saying. You know, their last catalogue, and I don't think I've got it down here at the moment. I think it's upstairs in storage. Their last catalogue had quite a vast range of lorries and tractor units and trailers, and I've not had anyone say a bad word about the lorries. But you don't see them. They're not cheap, though, are they? The lorries, you know, they are quite dear. So yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, so that's basically it, really. So what we got was it on the front there. That's the three that they're bringing out, I guess. The Scania's got new parts. That car's a new mode.
And a big plane.
I suppose they put that other plane on the front. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, what's it called? The one that you said.
Yeah, AMX.
Yeah, but it's
the MX. Yeah. I suppose that's not on the front. As you said, a lot of people are going to like that because it's not been done before.
Yeah,
still this one is in 1 and 32, so probably that will be their main attraction.
The Folgore has just got more appeal because it's World War II.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think that's the thing. But the AMX, I think, will sell really well.
It's fit as fuck.
It is. It's a very sexy plane.
Be interesting. As I said, you've got to support these companies, but we do get stuck in ruts, you know. And as I was saying before, you know, there's so many people who just want to build Tamiya. There's people who just want to build Airfix. There's people who just want to build Hella.
There's people that just want to build Oh, no, there's not.
No, there isn't. Nobody wants to build. No, people like the nostalgia of building a fucking Matchbox kit, but they don't have the nostalgia of building a Rebel kit. And then everybody just goes hula la when Bandai release something in Star Warsy, don't they? Just looking at what I've got, looking at my stash now, and I've got a couple of Tamiyas. I've got, 100 Airfix on my shelf. I've got a Smur. I've got Hella. But
so you've got two Hella then if you've got a Smur.
Yeah. I've got that Hella Citroen 15 and I've got the Hella Ferguson tractor up there. Actually, I was speaking to Sprues and Glue today, bless him. He's getting better. He's got a new computer now, so he's hopefully going to come back onto the stream at some point. But yeah, so he's built that Ferguson and he said it's a joy to build. And I also think Plastic Alchemist, Nunu's built that one as well. So that's one's on my bucket list to do. I've got a Tamiya M41 Walker Bulldog to do. I've got a Trumpeter Sturm Tiger to do at some point. And I've also got an Academy Minicraft Space Shuttle at some point. So, you know, it's what did 420 say? I just whatever I think looks good and really fancy building. Couldn't care less about manufacturer, really. It's price, mate. Yeah. It's price, actually. I look for a lot of the time these days.
And if it says KP on it for the lols.
For the lols, yeah. KPs.
I'll just go for whatever I think I'm going to get enjoyment out of. The subject, to be fair.
Well, your build at the moment is a 1-to-1 scale workshop, isn't it? And,
yeah, I can't wait to get to the weathering.
Yeah, the weather in that war, mate. That's going to be fun, isn't it? Weather in that war. Yeah.
It's pretty expensive paint, though.
Yeah. Owen O'Neill. My ex had the wrong shaped nose and tail. She was no model. But yeah, that's not the. Yeah, so I'd say it's something, isn't it? I've just had as much fun doing a £10 kit as I've had out of a £100 kit.
Yeah.
So fair shout on that one. Definitely.
I don't think I'd ever spend £100 on a kit. That seems a bit excessive.
Yeah, I've definitely not done that.
I've bought a cheap kit and spent well over 100 on it.
I've known somebody spend 20 quid on a kit and 120 quid on aftermarket. And that's no lie. He's in the chat now as well.
I was
Here it is.
What, Celtic? I was looking at.
No, I don't think Celtic would have spent that much. He's yeah. All right, just quickly, these are the Sprue Cutters from Italy, and when I bought them, they were £9.99. And when I say they wouldn't even cut bread, look at the edge on these. Have gone rusty now. They weren't rusty when I first used them, but look at the edge on that, man. It is dog shit.
Look at these Sprue Cutters. I can't even butter a toast with them. They're useless.
No, they're useless.
They do
what
look
are you doing to that toaster again?
Do you know what though? Well, fair enough. If somebody said to me, "Have you got a cheap pair? Do you know what? If you got, of a cheap pair of Sprue Cutters?" I will recommend these to anyone.
Yeah, they're good. Those are.
I buy them 3 at a time for 10 quid and put them in when somebody needs. If somebody wants to start model building, like friends and that, I've given them a starter set. An extra. What I do is I get these ones here. I always give them the flat brush. I always give them a flat brush as well, not that size, the bigger one. This one here. I've got a few of these lying around. So when somebody says I want to start, what I do is I give them some of this because I've got 2 boxes full of this contactor. I give them one of them, and one of them, and I say, there you go, build yourself a model kit, give us a ring or FaceTime if you've got a problem. And they've all come away, and some of the lads I've given kits to still use these now. They keep their edge. They're very, very good. But as I said, these are Tallery ones. They are, and they feel awful in the hand because they're quite thin. So they kind of dig in. Whereas these ones, they've got nice rounded edges. It's just, you're done.
And they have
Just like a lot more women.
Hey.
Like you're done. Like you're done. I'm just trying to find my usual ones. Voltran are the ones I use, which are on Amazon now. They're a good sprue cutter. I think they're in a box somewhere when I last went to Model Club with it. So, but yeah. So, where are we? Where are we to? How are you getting on there, Matt, with your Bearcat?
Yeah, it's coming along nicely. So it's a slightly weird way of doing it. You put the You put the top and bottom wings on together.
Wow. Yeah.
Then you put the seat on. So the fuselage ends up going past the cannon, which is a right bloody ball ache, on either side. Like that.
Yeah.
That is weird.
I'm also putting the pilot in, which is a rarity for me. So he's now green with black shoes and a dark green helmet.
Keep his face blue so he can move out of the Blue Man group.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Do unsubscribe.
So it just needs some interior green, and then this will be together by the end of the stream.
And this is why Airfix or somebody needs to do a decent 172 scale Bearcat. I'll tell you, it just baffles me. And I know it's a bit of an insider joke now, isn't it? But I only said it because
no,
I'm not the only one.
We wouldn't be like that.
Shut up, Rorex. Now, shut up. Just shut up. I was saying it for you, and when I speak to people, and I just say, Bearcat, they go, "Yeah, that'll be brilliant."
It's never been done as a new tool by any of the major manufacturers in 72nd. It just hasn't. None of them. You can get it from Sword, and you can get obviously the Hobby Boss one, but that's not
Hobby Boss one. It's
not a proper kit.
Yeah, kit. No.
It's nice, but it's not. Yeah. It's not the same sort of level. Never been done by Tamiya.
No,
it's ridiculous.
Did they have a strange patent on the aircraft or something?
But then why is the Wildcat being done by everyone? Because it's the same company. It's Grumman.
Mm.
Yeah, it is genuinely weird.
Yeah. I think it missed
small thing.
because it missed the war and it was only flying in Korea and Vietnam and stuff like that with the French then.
Yeah, it still served.
And probably, yeah, but probably because it has less known history with it not being in the Second World War. And in the Korean War, it was more the Sabre and the MiG 15.
If I remember rightly, they did actually arrive before the end of the war. I think it was something like 4 days, or something like that.
It doesn't get the notoriety, does it? It's the issue of a lot of aircraft that are in that awkward phase between sort of.
Yeah, but I still don't necessarily agree because they were so famous after the war because they're still flying now. They were used as racers as well. They were part of display teams. You know, they've been everywhere. It's certainly more well known than say the Folland Gnat.
And to be fair, it wouldn't take much.
Red Arrows.
And you look at.
Oh, okay. Actually, I withdraw that.
I just like to say that, and also the Bearcat had quite a few variants.
Yeah,
you think about it. There's more than that. There's more variants than just the two.
It's the F8F1.
Yeah.
And the F8F2.
Then they had the Rare Bear.
Then you got the oddities, the one-offs.
Yeah. But what I mean is that the oddities don't matter either. They could easily. I don't know.
Big tail or little tail, they're your choices. Blue or silver, they're your choices.
Big tail, little tail.
Thank you, Tigers, for the super chat. No Air Bear kit allowed. Hashtag only 124. They won't do it. They won't do 120 because they've got the P40 coming out, aren't they? They're going to bring out a P40.
Oh yeah, they confirmed that at the Hurricane event.
Yeah, they're going to bring out the P40, and I reckon there's a Challenger tank involved as well. But then I reckon they may keep that back another year because we've just sent them out to Ukraine, aren't they? So
I still don't think they'll do the Challenger.
I think they've got to. No one else does a Challenger.
I think because of what they said at the Hawker Day, I don't think that they'll do it.
Yeah, but my point was that we didn't know they were going to send out Challengers until later on. They may have already developed the tooling. They may have got Academy out there now doing the test shots for it. You know what I mean? You don't know. Nobody knows. Airfix are so tight-lipped. We get more information from the latest Apple product than we do from Airfix, which it's definitely. I think the P40s are given. I think the Challenger's there because they do the Challenger as a quick build, don't they? They do the Challenger 1 as a quick build. So the only tank they've never done is a Challenger, and it's been. Is it 1980s when the Challenger first came out? Or was it 1990s? No, it was 1980s, wasn't it, Challenger 1?
Yeah, late 80s.
Late 80s, yeah.
Late 80s, wasn't it? So, and if you look at the tanks that they have done,
I suppose if they do an old version of it, then it's not part of the current one.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take, and the difference between the Challenger 1 and the Challenger 2 is only armor bit, isn't it? It's not really that much different, is it? Different barrel on it, isn't it? The Challenger 2. But then, wasn't it the Challenger 3 that's just been placed an order for Challenger 3s, haven't we?
It's sort of expected within the next couple of years, yeah.
But then I don't see why we bothered when is it the Abram, the USA version? Is it the Abram?
Yeah,
Abram.
I don't think you can improve any much on just get Abrams in instead. That's what I reckon.
But Challenger's better.
They say so.
It was a challenge, right?
Do you think?
Challenger is generally considered. Well, Challenger and Leopard are generally considered the best main battle tanks in the world. The new Leopard.
Chrysler, Leclerc, and Ariete.
Abrams needs a lot of spares with that engine, and needs a lot of how do you call it? The spares and everything behind it.
Logistics.
Yeah, logistics. The logistic change of Abrams is far bigger than for the Challenger or the Leopard.
Yeah.
Because it's all American and everything needs to go via America and stuff like that.
And ultimately, whoever thought that jet engines in tanks wouldn't require a lot of fuel? I mean, come on.
Right. Anyway, going back to this is what I'm saying about the Bearcat, the variants, right? you had the F1, the F1B, the F1C, the F1D, the F1DB, the F1E. Then you had the XF8F1N, which was a night fighter prototype.
Prototype.
You had the 1N, the 1P. Then you had the F3M1 Bearcat. So
that's the same. That's the same thing, but just made by General
Motors.
General Motors, but it's the same. It's the same bloody thing.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that the variants are still there. The amount of decals you could do on these, that's because a lot of it was.
As long as you like blue.
And then
there was some yellow as well.
Yeah, there was a yellow one. Yeah,
the yellow one.
And there were silver ones.
The rare bear was yellow, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah, and then some odd racing ones, and of course there were the silver ones with Indonesia and was it Thailand.
Yeah,
I can't remember. It was before.
A silver one with the French Air Force in Indochina before the Americans went to Vietnam.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. The French had silver ones.
So Vietnam had them, United States, Thailand, and France, because they were operating for 20 years. Because it was they came out in 1944, and then they were retired in 1963. And there's over 1,200 of them built. So it's not like a flash in the pan, was it? They did make a lot of them, because still a lot of people didn't like the jet. They preferred the prop anyway. And there's a bloody good engine in that as well. I'm trying to think what the engine is now in that one. What was it again? It's the Pratt & Whitney R2800. No, it didn't. Yes, it did.
I could look at the instructions that tell me right next to me, but I can't be asked.
Was it? Could you have a look and see if it's a double wasp?
I'm painting hands.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I'll check in a sec.
Yeah. Hell of a speed though, 455 miles per hour. Oh yeah, it is. It was. Yeah, I've just seen it now on Wikipedia. It does say there. It was a double wasp radial piston engine, and it was armed with four 50-inch or 12.7mm machine guns. But it was 455 that's quite quick, isn't it?
Bloody quick.
That's faster. That's faster than most of the Flyby flights that aren't flying now.
Some would say that it was the best piston engine, a single piston engined aircraft ever built, and others would say that you're bollocks, and it's the Sea Fury that is.
Or the Fury.
Yeah.
And I still don't know which one I prefer, the Bearcat or the Sea Fury. But they are both fantastic aircraft. Probably the
but you would say that though, Sully, because you're British, and that's what you're supposed to say, isn't it? I like the fact. I prefer
the 109.
Yeah.
209.
We asked the questions. Yeah, but they wasn't it the
what was that?
The joke from last week he tried to pull off. It wasn't very good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was a joke when it's basically it goes, would you call a German? And it was like
that's not even remotely the joke.
What was the joke again?
He says, "Have you
having a stroke?"
Oh yeah, have you heard?
Yeah,
knock joke. He goes, knock. Who's there? Slaps him in the face. We asked the questions.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good.
That's right. Knock. Who's there?
Yeah, it was an outtake, kind of like an outtake from.
Yeah, it's like an outtake, wasn't it? No, I know he said. Have you heard my German Nazi joke? And the guy
you're
went,
on
no.
YouTube.
What is it? No, that's right. The guy went, no. What is it? And then he slaps him and goes, well, we asked the questions like that, So
okay, everybody, we're going to have to cut the stream short because Mosman's to be wheeled back into his room.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It was,
visiting hours are usually between 8 and 10 on Mondays.
It was funny at the time. No, not funny. But the reason
everybody just look up Nazi not joke. You won't be disappointed.
It's quite funny. We asked the question. Yeah, it's quite funny. But
between 1940 and
or for anyone who's seen The Office, it's the same as the knock joke that they have about the Russians in the US office. So
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's on par with Dad's Army when they say, "What is your name?" You go, Don't tell him, Mike. The bear cat. I love looking at a bear cat with the wings folded up. That's what I like about it.
I love looking at a bear ass.
When that's folded up.
And in other news, yeah.
Maz will show you that after stream. All right?
Shut up, will I?
Where'd you put the bear's the bird's nest?
Right between the cheeks.
Oh dear.
Dear me.
Right.
How many views are left?
Time to get cancelled.
Like the bear cat.
Fenris Hunter says, "What about a Corsair being the best?"
Yes, but Fenris is wrong.
Yeah. And he can't help it.
I thought it was coming on tonight. You can have an argument.
It's not even about favourites. It's just in terms of performance. The pinnacle of this old style of technology was either the Bearcat or the Sea Fury.
Yeah.
I would probably go for the Sea Fury overall. It is a beast.
It is. Yeah.
The audience has spoken and they're right.
As someone who isn't like particularly a massive fan of either, I would say I prefer the Sea Fury.
It's the right answer.
Yeah. Most feelings are hurt.
So maybe we should start on Airfix to bring out a Sea Fury instead.
Yeah, the Sea Fury, that would be better then.
But it does make sense because they've done the Tempest, they've done the Sea Fury in 48th. Yeah. So in terms of their themes, you could easily squeeze a Sea Fury in.
I reckon they'll bring a Sea Fury out as a starter set.
Yeah, and forget about the Bearcat altogether.
Yeah, the dream.
A double pack. Bearcat and Sea Fury one with the question, which one is the best?
They have done a Sea Fury 172 before, though, haven't they?
Yes, it's the same one as the PM kit, the Pioneer kit. That
is
one.
it?
They released that, yeah.
Did they?
Yep.
Wow.
That's the only one Airfix have done in 70 seconds.
That
I've got
is
it
grim.
in 1989. It wasn't bad for the late 80s.
Yeah.
Well, they released it in the late 90s, but it wasn't bad in the late 80s.
I like PM, but it's just it's normally like you go into it knowing it's going to be a bit of shit, and you just have to touch it up a lot.
Yeah.
I mean this in the nicest way possible, but it's exactly what you'd expect from a Turkish manufacturer.
A lot of people. Roachfort's just said, "I'd say a Martin Baker MB5," and that isn't
I've
far.
got one of them.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
A lot of people want that, don't they?
Yeah, a lot of people want that, but they wouldn't be able to scan one in because there isn't one to scan, is there?
Is that the plane that killed its owner, or its one of the two died during World War II, and then they shifted to making the safety seat.
Yeah. The ejector seat, yes. It was their main test pilot who unfortunately died in one of them, and it upset his mate so much that he basically put his life into saving pilots instead of making pilots.
That's the most casual way I've ever heard that explained, and it was beautiful.
It was really
his mate so much.
No,
it just amused me how you said it.
Yeah,
no shade at all. It was just amusing.
Yeah, it was sad, but people have asked for that, but there isn't really. I don't think the drawings are available either, are they?
Don't think so. No.
There seems to be somebody who's made a replica, but
he was.
It's a P51 Mustang with a bodge job.
Yeah. Bony Go Model said, "PM, you need filler." Yeah. It is a Diana Ross of kits, in it, PM models. It really is.
I'm not sure what was in that coffee.
Yeah.
Diana Ross.
She never ages, does she, Diana Ross? She never ages, does she?
I can't even know what she looks like anymore.
But yeah, there's so many that they could build. It's one of the things in it. In what will Airfix create next, and you'll have a whole list of names or list of planes, and P40 definitely. It's definitely one on the list. And if it comes out at 124, then we're the place to come and discuss these things with, but yeah, Sea Fury. There were so many good planes, and and I said it's a joke, always going to be, Oh dear, but yeah, no, this coffee. I haven't drunk anymore. I've only drunk about 5 sips of it, Yeah, it's good shit, that coffee. I'll give them that.
There you go. You can put on your website. Good shit.
Oh, and O'Neill's just said, I'm guessing Moz could just wander down the streets muttering Bearcat, and complete strangers would say, "Hi, Moz." Yeah.
I know you.
You're the one who painted his house in US Navy glossy blue.
Don't give him ideas.
No, don't give me ideas. I wouldn't have a choice anyway. She decides. The only thing we don't have in the house is green. We don't have much green in the house.
A weird colour for a house.
Yeah.
Green's the only. The grass is the only thing green in this house. Not my fingers, anyway.
You have green grass? Yeah, my grass is yellow.
Yellow.
And mostly in memory.
Oh, Lucky's in Germany this week. Hi, mate. How's it going? He's in Germany. Bless him.
Can you go visit Ravel and tell them to release some original kits? Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, they are. It's the Meteor.
The Meteor.
Yeah, the 30-second Meteor. It'll only cost you 800 quid, but
yeah, it was so expensive, isn't it? No. But to be fair, the test shots we saw the Hurricane, it looked a bit soft, but allegedly it's going well together. No one seems to have much problem with it. So, and that Hurricane. So
I've just not heard loads about them. Like, I don't feel they're getting the fanfare, at least in English language circles, and some French from what I've seen. I haven't seen a lot of fanfare about Ravel at the moment, whereas Airfix getting spoken about a lot. Even Hella's E3C is like gone round, but I don't know. Even it shows I've not really seen a lot of people going, "Oh yeah, I really want that kit from Ravel."
Yeah,
which is a shame.
I will say this much though: the disappointment that a lot of people got when they brought out that 132 or 124 Jag last, the E-type Jag. They brought one out, didn't they? And there was a production problem with it, and so many people complained about it. That was a bit of a disappointment. So hopefully they won't go down that route again. Is the 132 Meteor a retooled Hong Kong models one? No, apparently it's their own tooling, because they put on the release that it was a brand new kit. New modes, they said.
It's genuinely theirs, apparently.
Yeah, it's genuinely theirs. Which does make a laugh because, why would you release a kit that's being released by somebody else? But then again, you try and get Hong Kong models over here. It's hard bloody work, isn't it? I don't know whether Hannants have Hong Kong models as a staple, but I don't remember seeing. Well, you can't find what you want on Hannant's website anyway, can you?
You do, as long as you know the exact product code. I've said this before.
Yeah.
Just get good.
Just use Google.
Yeah, what you do is you Google the product code, and then you go onto Hannant's and type in the product code.
No, normally if you just type in what you want, press shop or selling or buying or whatever, innit? And then it takes you to the Hannant's website off their link. So they're actually costing them money because you have to pay to be on that top slot.
You can go to Hannant's and go, "Hey, how come you don't have an eBay shop?" And they go, "What's eBay?"
They do.
Oh, do they? Oh.
Yeah, because
I was just trying to make a joke about them being old-fashioned. Come on.
Oh, sorry, I ruined that.
Ruined it.
You
It's,
ruined the
it's,
joke.
it's only because I
Aw.
bought decals off them the other day, and it was just happened it was them. Also, surprisingly, Hanats do have Hong Kong model stuff.
Oh, nice.
So if anyone's really dying to spend £400 on that 132nd scale Lancaster, job's in. It's not like we're in a recession. Just go for it.
Looks fucking amazing when built, though.
Is it Germany's model fair this weekend? Is it? Is it Germany? Don't they have like the big model show in Germany this week? Just wondering why Lucky's out in Germany.
Well,
No idea.
that question somewhat killed the mood.
Yeah, just wondering why Lucky's in Germany. I'm sure it's like the big. I just wondering why Italy brought out their catalogue now. Is it because it's that big model thing?
Yeah, it could be.
Let's have a look, shall we? German model fair.
I am Googling it, but I can't
Yeah.
see anything.
Model
Like
fair, Germany.
The international one that I can see in Dortmund is like later in the year, I think, in April.
Oh yeah, so no, that's not it. Toy Fair Germany. Oh yeah, it's in February. That is Nuremberg International Toy Fair. Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Nuremberg.
Just wondering. Are we meeting up in Bovington, by the way, in February, Lexi? Are you not going to come down to that one?
Yeah, so I definitely knew about that.
That is a heck of a way to go as well. Cool.
It's not really for me. Okay. I was just trying to...
Yeah. It's an hour and 40-minute drive for me.
It's like a 6-hour drive for me. But I can stop somewhere like 2 hours away, so it's not that bad.
Oh, you got family close, have you?
Well, close-ish.
Yeah. As long as you don't get a crack in your windscreen, you'll be fine.
Ugh, they came to replace that today, and then the glass they bought was also broken, so that's still not done.
Really?
Yeah.
Speaking of cracks in your windscreen, Moz and the new Airfix Mankini will be doing car washes.
Where did this frigging Mankini come into any? Where did that come into this chat?
I don't know.
You said it in the start.
Come into this
You
chat.
said it in the start.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. In the start of this stream. Yeah.
No, yeah, somebody mentioned Mankini.
Matt's got an obsession with it. It's a bit unhealthy.
I know. I don't get this Mankini bollocks. I really don't.
Which show were you on about? At Bovington.
Somebody said it last week.
Bovington
Talking about Mankini. I think it was that crazy locker. He mentioned Mankini, I think.
Yeah, probably.
I'll be there forever putting it out the crack of my ass if I wore Mankini.
There it is.
Oh, Celtic West is going to
Bovington.
Bovington. So I'm going to go Bovington.
I can go for that. I'll go on the Saturday most likely.
Yeah. What about you, Sonny? Are you coming down?
No, sorry, not this time. I'd like to, but I ain't got the time for it, I'm afraid. I do need to get into some shows.
Yeah.
I should hopefully be displaying one in September. It's a fairly it started 2 years ago. They were supposed to have it last year, but because the Queen died, they didn't do it. But Blue Lamp model show at the Talio in Birmingham. It was pretty good actually. The first year I did it, and I was displaying at that one, so hopefully I'll be displaying again this year.
Oh dear. Oh yeah, it's crazy. Look, I said, it started with Moz pimping out his shirts a few weeks ago. Then somebody noticed the banana hammock. The rest has been running jokes. Yeah, I get that now.
Sounds about right.
Never right.
It's only a 4.5 hour drive, actually.
Oh, bargain.
It's about 3 hours for me, I think.
It's I think about 6 from me, maybe 5.
I might go down to my family and there on the Friday then, and then go to the show and then do a 5-hour drive back.
You'll be all right. It's a nice little drive. I've driven from down here to Aberdeen in just under 10 hours before. That took some going.
I just
11
take 2
hours.
of my Costa refillable cups with
Yeah.
me so I can keep some white hot chocolate warm.
Miles, read that last comment.
I wore one at my daughter's. What Wilby Castle? What the hell?
Oh no!
Never right. I
That's the
wore
way you
one at
can
my
wear it
daughter's
upside down.
wedding. It was upside down.
Disgusting.
Dale's just texted me saying, "Do you like the coffee and tea?" I'm fucking buzzing, mate. To be honest, I gotta go sleep tonight, and I can't help. I just keep sipping it. It's very good. It's very good. It's very good coffee. Crazy Locker says I joined the chat and they were already going on about Moz wearing it today. I was fair enough. So you live just down the road from Bovington, don't you, Moz? At Monkey World. I've never been to Monkey World.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of monkeys there.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I went to both in a day because we were visiting a friend who lived in Southampton, the one who now lives in Canada. So we thought we'd do both in a day because she wanted to do some work. So we thought, right, we'll go to Monkey World. You'll enjoy the monkeys, and then we'll drop you off anywhere with Wi-Fi, and we'll look around the tank museum. And it's all a good, perfect plan until about an hour and a half in. She says, "I'm bored. Can you come pick me up?" I'm like, "I'm literally in a tank. Go away."
You made your monkey bed, now lie in it.
So at Bovington, that's next. No, it's not. Is it? No, it's 2 weeks' time, isn't it? Bovington. I'm going to go on the Saturday because I've got a gig on the Sunday, so I have to do the Saturday instead.
I'll also go on the Saturday because then it means I get a Sunday and a Monday to chill.
I got karaoke on the Friday in Bristol. Then I'll drive home, and then I'll get an early start and just drive up there for like 10, half 10. It's not cheap getting in though, is it? Because you've got to buy the Bovington
17 quid.
17 quid, isn't it? Yeah.
Maybe
if I flash my IPMS card, they'll let me have a half price. Or what I'll wear one of my Airfix t-shirts and just pretend I'm from Airfix.
I was about to say, compared to Scale Model World, is it that expensive? Because I feel like it's not. Because Scale Model World wasn't exactly cheap, is it?
Well, I get it free because I'm IPMS member.
I am as well, but for like a general ticket, it's not cheap.
They've got to change. They've got to change the how they do that. The Scale Model World. It's not going to work when they're upping the price for the vendors. It's not going to work.
Well, we'll see what happens next year because they had a lot of vendors pull out this year, didn't they?
They did. Well, Revel weren't there, were they? That used to be a big stand, didn't it? The biggest stand there was Airfix, wasn't it?
Yeah, Italary and was it? Who was it? Was it Italary and Tamiya? But like at the top, and they just looked kind of bored. Honestly, like I went up there to film them, and they just seemed very uninterested.
Yeah,
but I think it's because they were in such a quiet place.
Yeah, was it because the Tamiya was there and is it HobbyZone? No, what was the Tamiya stand? Was basically the distributor, wasn't it? It was under their distributor.
Yeah, because it was them, Italary, and Dragon.
That's right. That's something you don't hear much from Dragon these days, do you?
No,
am I missing
not at all.
No, I don't. I haven't heard anything from them in age.
No,
they're pretty good. I like Dragon. They do good tanks.
Yeah,
they just exist in the background,
like
me. Like my love life.
Tiger says, saying about expensive.
No, Lexi, it exists.
Oh yeah.
Saying about expensive. Tigers was just said, saying about expensive, parking in Bristol is expensive. Parked at 4 p.m. left at 10 a.m. and it was 30 quid. Yeah.
Oh, fuck that. Oh my
The Flying
god, it's a
Dutch-
bear cat.
Yeah. Hobby Time says Telford is a rip-off now. The Flying Dutchman, I had that with the Revel stand at IPMS in the Netherlands. Weird. Hobby Time living off their reputation, and yeah, everybody goes to Telford, don't they? It's the place to go, isn't it, Telford?
It is good though. That's the annoying thing. It is a good show. It's just too expensive, in my opinion, for what it is. It needs to be affordable because, like, for a family day out, it's not cheap.
Celtic West says you have to like photo etch if you build dragon kits, and I'll tell you something else. You've got to love Flash if you want to build fucking mini art. The Flash on this kit, man.
Depressor of the model builder.
Photo etch.
Flash.
It's fucking horrible.
You're not using it properly.
No.
Yeah, the only way to use it properly is just throw it in the bin, right?
Yeah.
I was 12.
What was that, Sully? La 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 la.
Yeah, honestly. If those who are channel members to watch my live streams building this, they will know the disappointment I had with the amount of Flash on this kit. But to be fair, though, I'm actually enjoying the build, and that's the weirdest thing, isn't it? You know, you're like that. Oh, look at this! I've got to cut this away and trim that off, and scrape this, and sand that, and push this, and pull that, and you actually enjoy building it. You know, it's been different.
After 2 hours, you had indeed cut the Flash off of that one part.
Yeah. Hobby Time said, hang on.
I really want to buy a dragon kit now.
Yeah, definitely. I worked as a trader, he's saying. I worked as a trader for 20 years, and he packed it in because the price hikes to the traders.
It's not just because I go to so many shows, I can also say it's not just Telford. Telford is the biggest indicator of it, but I know traders going to other shows who've just said they're not going anymore because some of the smaller shows are also paying up their prices, which tends to be as a result of the venues being greedy and also paying up their prices. So even the shows which aren't even particularly bothered about profit as much are still pushing traders away.
Yeah.
How it's going to resolve at this point, who the fuck knows? But yeah, Telford is pretty bad for it at the moment. Bedford's the same.
I've said this before, you know, I'm in the Magic Society, and years ago, the money was with the traders because there was no online, and we would go to model show, to go to Magic conventions to learn Magic and to buy new Magic tricks. But because a lot of it is all online now, people thought, well, I'd have to go to a convention. So the traders weren't getting the money they used to get because of online trading, obviously. So they stopped going, and so the prices ended up going back onto the people who want to go to the convention. And then the traders got a good deal because a lot of them wouldn't go to a convention unless there was traders there. That's it's like chicken and egg. And there was a brilliant article written by a trader about the price of going to model shows. You know, you've got things like you've got to get a hotel, you've got your food for the day, you've got to transport your goods down there, set them up, hire somebody to be there. And also they reckon that, you know, people stealing from the tables is rife. And they will lose, you know, and when you've got a kit there, which is, you know, I did kind of look at that and think, you know, 30 quid and you know, and you lose, and somebody steals a kit for 30 quid. Well, how big was the rucksack? You know what I mean? To nick a kit for 30 quid.
And the thing I find most potentially annoying about the whole thing is some of the main traders you see at every single show, because they can afford to be at every single show, are the ones who will only do payments in cash. And quite a lot of them won't mark how much their kits cost. You have to ask them specifically.
Yeah.
And obviously there's a reason why they only do cash, and there's a reason why they can afford to go and cost every single show where other people can't. And it's sad because the traders who are genuinely really fantastic just can't do it sometimes.
Yeah, I get that. Wow. Yeah, I get that. I get that. It's a lot of money, isn't it? But it's a good day out. You meet people that you know, and you see some phenomenal models, and then you realise that nobody weathers models and nobody really puts pilots in their planes. So you know, something to learn from.
Dioramas are starting to get a lot bigger now, though, which is nice. I like dioramas.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing dioramas. The only problem is it's far more someone to put the fasten thing afterwards.
Yeah, I know.
It's just
That's why I don't either.
Yeah, I mean, we should just do a vignette, which is obviously just like a little one. But yeah.
So you're going to come to Bovington then? Are you, Sully? You going to come to Bovington?
Oh, I feel like it's deja vu. This isn't it?
What about you, John?
He's not alone. He's got dementia.
Yeah. Come on, John. You've got to come over to Bovington. Surely you got your private jet there. You can fly over the pond and come and visit us.
Terry at Hobby Barn is off.
Is he? Oh,
yeah. Well, Terry, we're all thinking about it.
Yeah, all thinking about your Hobby Barn. I'll try and get you on next week, mate. I'll give you a contact and give you a link for here. You come on and have a chat with us. Most definitely. Nice. That'd be good to get you on. And remember, can you go over there and subscribe to his channel? We're trying to get that lad up to 1,000 subscribers. That'd be really, really good. And go watch some of his videos and support Hobby Barn. Most definitely. Crumbs, is it 9:45 already? God, doesn't the time flies when you're drinking coffee?
No, I've only got 15 minutes to get this Bearcat all done. Okay, not.
Are we staying on after to watch Hornby's model show then? And then we can just bitch about it that the Airfix hasn't been mentioned. Yeah. 3 weeks in and no mention of Airfix yet.
No, they got 2 things in the top 10, 2 completely random things in the top 10, but they were in the top 10.
Did anybody else watch that, by the way, that I recommended to you last week?
That'll be a resounding.
We watched it, didn't we, Lexi? We were like, "What is this shite?"
Yeah, it was.
You know,
is it
where it's just the fact there was no Spitfire. That's
like
just
the
criminal.
Printer.
No, it was probably more painful, more of an insult.
It was an insult to Spitfire
because at least
they had the Vulcan.
You just ordered something bad.
They had the Vulcan and they had the Hellcat. Not a fucking mention of Spitfire.
And like I kind of get the Hellcat, kind of. The Vulcan, I just feel like I don't understand why it was there. I get that it was like it's a great model. It was very much in need of retool, but in terms of the significance, the Spitfire takes precedence.
Surely,
it's because it's overdone and it's shit.
So are you.
Yes,
at least I know it.
Bad mouthing the Spitfire.
I have never heard any Spitfire pilot ever say that, Sonny. Like I say, I'm
Douglas
pretty
Barney preferred his Hurricane over the Spitfire.
Well, put the Spitfire in there then. Not the Vulcan. There's nothing special about the Vulcan.
There's nothing special about the Spitfire.
Most produced British aircraft in history.
Go on then, Sully. Why are you saying that? Let's get. Hang on a minute. Let's have my coffee. Let's open this can of worms then. What is your dislike about the Spitfire? Go on.
Simple as it's just overrated. It was all right, but it wasn't the best thing.
Can I just say?
Sorry, but it just wasn't. The Hurricane was far more successful. Was a way better airframe. Could take more punishment.
Until about 1941, and then the Hurricane wasn't built or wasn't used frontline because it just wasn't competitive anymore. It was the best old airframe that you could get, whereas the Spitfire was the first of a new airframe.
It was still crap.
Can I just say, did the
History with some of these models.
I just want to wind people up.
Did the 109 win the Battle of Britain? No, it didn't. Did the
Bearcat
Spitfire?
did. Oh,
No, it didn't.
Actually, no, the Spitfire didn't. The Spitfire didn't.
Iconic.
No. I'm not having that one.
Clearly someone did.
The Hurricane was the winner of the Battle of Britain, not the Spitfire. The Spitfire was just there. It was his first operational sortie and was proven it was a good fighter and it was going to work really well. But the Hurricane, there was that like between Hurricane and Spitfire, there was something like 95% of it were Hurricane. They shot more down than the Spitfire did, and I think Hurricane actually shot down more than at least any other British fighter.
Can we just all agree that the Defiant is beautiful?
Correct.
Can I just say that James May actually agreed with you on that one, Sonny? Because I remember on a Top Gear thing, he said that he had more respect for the Hurricanes than he did with the Spitfire. But still, when it comes to scale models, Sully, no kit.
No, I get it now. I understand it.
Yeah, no kit has ever been mass reproduced and has given more joy in the build. And it's probably the number one kit that the first thing they've ever built, or if they've built 5 kits, one of them would have been a Spitfire.
Yeah, I totally agree.
How the frig did that end up in that top 10?
Well, not just that,
the number one kit was the Rocket by Stevenson, and no bugger could afford to buy it. And the ones that did have them ended up breaking them, so that they had to fix them in the Hornby Centre.
I mean, not just that, but the BTK like Spitfire, it's just iconic for Airfix as a brand, and it's just bizarre that they went, you know what we should do? We should do Vulcan. Like, why?
Yeah.
Because you can buy it now.
I mean, yeah, true. It's just a giant advert, but you can buy a Spitfire right now. To be fair, so I don't know.
I think it's all of the balls. Did you watch it with us, Sully, that night?
I was there for about the first half, I think. I did say
because it was me, Lexi, and Matt for Model Minutes. And when it got to number 2 and there was no mention of Spitfire, I thought, and I did say, didn't I, at the time, Spitfire's number 1 then. And then this shitty yellow thing, the size of a gnat's penis, comes out, and they reckon that was the number 1 kit ever. But that's the problem, isn't it? You know, it is very train related, and I honestly think, and I'll put $5,000 on this. Within 5 years, Airfix will be the most profitable side of Hornby.
Yeah.
Give it 5 years.
Given that all their other brands don't really know how to do marketing properly, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, just do a comparison of the Scalextrics range launch. No shade at Scalextrics, because I'm indifferent towards them, but watch their range launch video against the Airfix range launch video, and it's night and day difference.
Okay,
Same
so
with the Humbrol
today
one.
we have some cars. Humbrol did a paint.
Not Humbrol, Hornby, sorry. Hornby's launch one.
They spent 10 minutes apologising. Good job, Hornby.
And then attacking their consumers, saying they're keyboard warriors. Great move.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't have said that. You should never have said that. Celtic West says, I think the Spitfire was able to be developed right through the war. The Hurricane was at the end of its technology.
That is true. It was based off the First World. Well, it was based off the bloody Hawker Hart Nimrod.
Hart, yeah, I was say the Hart. The
Hart and Hind. And
the Hind was the last one, wasn't it? I couldn't remember which order it was in.
As I said, you know,
and the Gladiator eventually.
And then all we heard in because I watched the Hornby one just for fits and giggles, and if he said DCC, HMM, DCC, ACC, DCC, again. You know, I was going to ram the
ACC,
monitor up
DCC.
yeah, that's right. It was. It was like that, wasn't it? It was DCC, 12-volt, ACC, DCC.
Was it a good
I was
drinking
almost
game?
about to sit on my own monitor so I wouldn't have to watch him. Do you know what I mean? That's how bad it got. It was, yeah, you know. And when I look back now, what they should have done was, if they were going to have a year of catching up, like he said, why did they announce the TT120 3 months ago? They would have been better off not mentioning the TT120 and coming out with it as their new line. They would have done better that way, because when you look through the chat, as I did, everyone was meh. You know what I mean? There was nothing there apart from this decoder. And they didn't even show it working. They just had these graphics and everything. And then you had a 20-minute spiel about how good this DCC, DC, AC, DC, DC, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2. And I thought, wow. Celtic West, I'm thunderstruck. Hornby trains look so plasticky. Yeah, and shiny.
Yeah,
the quality of Hornby trains has gone right down over the years and got massively expensive. Won't be buying trains. And the other thing that got me, I was absolutely shocked. I actually was reading the chat. No one uses Hornby track. They all use Pico track. They reckon it's a far better track than,
because it
if
is.
you can't get the track right, you know, you're pretty buggered, aren't you? If you can't even get the track right. So
Right.
It's almost like when a company is
Nothing
run
else is
solely
gonna
off
work.
someone's ego, it's a bit of a problem.
Yeah. So what was that, John?
Right. If you don't get the track right, nothing else is going to work. Right.
No, that's right.
It's fine. You just buy Pico.
Yeah, just buy Pico.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. You know, people are saying now that the other track, I think Matt more than a minute said that the TT track's better than the 120 track's better from another brand than it is from Hornby. Oh yeah, because Pico is better. Yeah.
Pico just is better.
And what's sad is they spent all that time doing that video, basically complaining about their consumers, when they could have done announcements from, you know, other brands within Hornby, like Jouef or Arnold or Lima, but no, instead it's complaining.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for the Humbro announced video. I'm waiting for the Humbro 3D printer version 2 to come out.
Our exciting new Humbrol product for 2023 is this green.
That's what Apple does, isn't it? They'll say, well, you can buy the latest version now, but the new Humbrol 3D printer now comes with 56K memory than the previous 32K memory.
You're still the only video that I can see as well that's done a review of the Humbrol printer.
Well, he's unique.
Wasn't even a full review. I haven't even done.
You can't do a full review other than go, it makes fucking bags great.
Yeah. I was just going to say then was I never done it for. I have printed some other things with it, but like I said, I've used it more decaling planes than I have actually printing stuff on it, because it's a perfect height. It's that high, like, so when you're here, it's like just above your chin. So when you're doing stenciling, it's the perfect height. I'm not lying. It's you know it's the perfect. When I'm at my desk here, I'll just grab it because it's here anyway.
So they can sell it as a decal station.
Yeah, it could be a decal station. I had it here, and I had my plane, and I put it on top, and I thought basically I put the printer on my bench for some reason. When I came back, I picked up this plane. I think it was. Which plane did I do?
I'm so curious how much money they've lost on that.
Yeah. and I just put it on top, and then I thought, "Oh, this is a good height," and I'm there working like here, so I'm not bending forwards. I haven't got my goggles on or nothing to And then I was just putting on the decal, and I thought, "This is really nice, actually. This is all right." And then I thought, "That's 200 quid's worth." But then again, at the end of the day, they've tried something. Personally, I don't think it hasn't worked. But I would love to know how many they have sold. I would love to speak to, if anybody here knows of a model shop that's got them in stock, let me know if they've sold any and if they've had any come back.
I mean, the fact that not many.
I've given the benefit out. I asked them quite nicely, send me some files across that I can download, because that's what you promised, that you will have a backlog of files you can print off. And I've had nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I think it's going to be one of those products that they bought it out, and they bought so many, and when they've sold, that'll be the end of it.
I don't think they'll even sell. Like,
yeah,
you're the only one with a review. You have double their announcements videos, like views of it. I'm skeptical of how many they will have sold, because it's not a competitive price either.
No, it's not. And like I said, when I put the video out, the first thing people said was, you can buy it for $99 from Amazon in the US. Easy thread. So it's a difficult one. It is a difficult one. And I really feel bad to slag off Humble, because I use their products. Their deck picks, fine. They're called Clear Fix for doing the canopies is fine. I love their precision poly cement. I think it's better than Contactor. I like their Masco, though I've just realised that I've only had the bottle for 3 months and it's gone a bit gloopy. So I don't think the seal's that good on top of that one either. And I've opened it. I went to use it the other day, and I've stirred it.
Yeah.
I've stirred it,
What's
and
that?
it's still quite lumpy. It's a bit lumpy now.
What's this? The Mascot?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mascot was a very good product.
Mine's ancient, but it still works. It's just a bit grumpy.
I've got Abtal lungs, and that goes get a bit bunky, but if I gave it a good shake, it was all right.
You're not slagging them off anyway. You're just calling them out for drop shipping a shit product. Like it's not you saying all their products are shit. You're just going, you drop shipped this product and are trying to claim that it's a premium product. It's not. There's nothing wrong with saying that.
And I do feel bad if they've lost money because of my review. I would feel a little bit, but then again, I can only be honest, can't I? You know that But if you actually watch the review, it was a benefit of the doubt review, and it still took them a while to get them to send. You know, I had to download extra software, and then they sent me a patch over so that software could then talk to that printer. So you know, there is a workaround involved. But the box does say Mac and Windows compatible, and I think and if you talk to a lot of people, because of this, you know, years ago Macs were like in the back burner, but nowadays you talk to people, they all have a Mac of some sort, whether it's an iPad, an iPhone, a MacBook Pro, a MacBook Air, or even a big iMac. There's a lot of people who do, you know, and it wasn't fit for purpose for that. So, but yeah, Wilby Castle's just said, Moz, you can print some pilot. Can you print pilots? No, you can't, because it's not a resin, it's filament. There is very little you can do with it, because it's just the filament's not fine enough.
You can decal. You can
decal, yeah.
It
and Moz making pegs, yeah. Hobby Time, one Moz, and you bought it. LOL. Yeah, okay, fair enough. So the video photographer, I would guarantee that Airfix will be the biggest brand in Hornby Hobbles. I said that before. I put $5,000 on it to anyone that within I think even 3 years, the profit will be the development that Airfix are coming out with, and that's why I keep saying this is why I want Airfix to win. It's not because we want scale, because I think scale modeling has won.
I think,
you know,
Okay.
Okay. What do you think?
Matt just
Okay.
thinks.
Carry on, because I've just clogged my glue nozzle.
All right. And I know, somebody asked me the other day again, about scale. About this Airfix should win. We want the scale modelling to win, and I said, no. When I say I want Airfix to win, I think scale modelling has already won because people are coming back to it. The models are superb. Whichever brand you go to, really, there's really good models there. There's development, there's interest. The aftermarket for scale modelling now, whether it's decals, resin, photo etch, paints, glues, everything is so vast now. I think scale modelling has won. If you set up a business to do something with scale modelling, you will see profit. When I mean I want Airfix to win, I want Airfix to win the hearts of those that they've lost because of previous issues with Airfix kits. And when people say they won't build Airfix because they're dog shit, or I only build Tamiya now, or I only build Trumpeter, or I only build, I say, build me a kit that's been produced from the last 5 to 7 years from Airfix, then tell me that they're dog shit. And I promise you, there isn't one.
And if you do
do
exactly that, then definitely buy it using Moz's affiliate link in the description below.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. Hi, Joe. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, mate. Sorry, mate. What's that?
Well, at least that makes it worth it, right?
Yeah, I think Airfix is up there, and I challenge anybody to build an Airfix kit. I understand that Armour Hobby will probably give you a better detailed kit, or they'll give you something that's a bit extra. But Airfix aim, in particular, I don't want to spend 8 months building an Armour Hobby kit because there's plenty of, photo etch and resin to sand down and stuff like that. If you want that, go and buy those extra bits. Buy the masking sets if you so wish to do the canopies. I get that. But ultimately, I think the challenge now is to bring people who walked away from Airfix back in the early 2000s because of the situation they're in, and actually start building the stuff pre-2012, post-2012, 2015, and then tell me that Airfix haven't come on leaps and bounds. Because those who have took up that challenge have come back and said, oh, yeah, that Tempest was brilliant. Loved your video. I went out and bought one, and it's a brilliant kit. And you will get the rivet counters who don't say it's quite accurate. But now they've got Luke on board, and he's doing it. And he's so attention. He is a rivet counter. It is a rivet counter. I reckon that with all the 3D scanning they're doing, and everything that Luke's doing with research. And it's not just about seeing a picture in a book and going with it. He'll want to know why it's like that. Look, the Spitfire Mark, the new one, the 124 scale, is 2 colours of maple leaf because the pilot can't remember, or the pilot's not too sure what colour the maple leaf was. So they've given you that option just to cover their asses. No other manufacturer would have done that.
Tamiya have done that.
So Tamiya have done that, have they?
Yeah, the message 109 that I've got is exactly that. They didn't know what color it was, so they did both. But sorry, I was supposed to be supporting your Airfix thing. Sorry.
No, but no, you just know what I mean, though. I'm just saying that's how I see it. That's how I see it.
I'll tell you a good screw up. I'll tell you a good screw up of a manufacturer. It was actually Tamiya. They released. I can't remember when it was. It was. I think it must have been the 80s, I reckon. But they released the 410. Now they copied it off the same one. At Cosford. The one at Cosford used to run at St Athens doing engine runs, and there was a bit of an accident with it where they had to even off the props because the props had hit the deck, so they cropped them all. Tamiya released the kit with the cropped props for unknown reasons. When they realised that was wrong, they re-released the kit with both versions of the cropped and the proper blades.
Yeah.
But you these days, I don't think you'd see that, really.
I don't think it's I understand that people were a little bit concerned about the mosquito, but that's before Luke even got there. But to build that mosquito and the vision that Pramagit had, even putting in plastic for masking, he built it how he would want to paint it. Do you know what I mean? He's a modeler.
It's a really good model, even if it does have a couple of notable issues with the accuracy. It is a really good model to build, and the new one, which is due out, corrects the key problems. So I'm looking forward to it. I think the next one will be brilliant.
And I said, and then, but that's where Airfix is going to win, and that's when they will become bigger than the Hornby Railways. That's how I see it.
And Hornby are on
but I put £5,000.
Hornby are pushing themselves down and down by the year, so it's a two-legged race. One Airfix climbing and another Hornby plummeting.
Yeah, well, we'll
I
see.
think
they may pull out the bag next year. They may pull out the bag.
I think Airfix will get so big that it will become Airfix Hobbies, and the Hornby will just be a sub-brand of it. Yeah. And then, just for shits and giggles, Dale will sell Hornby to Hella.
Yeah.
No,
don't destroy my beloved Hella like that. Yeah, give them to Revel. I don't care.
They'll sell it to Revel.
That's a Nostradamus quality prediction.
I did it in 2 hours. Look, I've got a Bearcat.
Wait.
With a pilot.
Do you live? Techman, do you live in the UK? Techman, do you live in the UK? Let me know if you live in the UK.
He'll come to your house.
Yeah.
I got the Ensign kit, by the way.
Pardon?
I got the Ensign kit from Airfix.
Oh, did you? Do you like it? Just look inside.
I haven't built it yet, but I got it, and it's going to be in Dutch colors.
Oh, brilliant!
It looks fantastic.
It does look amazing.
It's like a bloody
everyone's saying it though. I intend on buying and building Airfix as soon as I can. The Anson is complicated but fantastic. It does. It's a beautiful plane. And then you've got I start modelling story from Airfix in 90s, and this transformation from last year's are magnificent. I loved. That's what he says there. If Airfix sell their tool into Revel, then at least Revel kits would get better. Moz was offering tea bags earlier. Well, anyway, this has been over 2 hours. On that bombshell, that I've said that I bet £5,000 that Airfix will outperform Hornby. I'll put it on a t-shirt. If it happens, I'll put it on a t-shirt. Moz was right.
Moz was right. Yeah.
Yeah. James Fisher's just asked, which is a good question, because mine just broke tonight. Your questions, please. What compressor do you recommend?
The one that you recommended me has so far worked absolutely fine. Not that I've done much with it.
Yeah. Which is the one I've got.
It's pretty good.
Mine's broke. I must have hit it or something.
I'll tell you what, I got mine off, I think it was eBay, I think. It was about £100, unbranded, come with 2 airbrushes. There's not done me wrong yet. It's absolutely brilliant. It's the one with the tank on it as well. Whatever you do, get one with the tank on it.
Yeah, you've got to get one with the tank.
Reservoir, because then that'll prolong the life of it as well.
Let me just write this email. Yeah, so 6 mods. So 6 litre minimum, definitely. Yeah, mine's a 4 litre tank, I think mine is. Yeah, I think mine's a 4 litre tank. But I'm gonna have to buy one. I'm gonna have to buy a new compressor this week. So yeah. Fair play. Right, anyway, thanks all for joining us tonight. Thank you, Lexi. Thank you, Sully. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, John. Thank you, Rorex, for joining me tonight. I think we better go off now and watch a little bit of Hobbies Model World. I think hopefully Matt
Thanks
might
for
jump
having
on and
us.
watch it with us.
Yeah.
But
fun
yeah,
again.
thanks everyone for joining us in the chat tonight and asking questions and everything, and seeing me get a bit buzzy on some Airfix coffee. So, but yeah, it's all good in the hood. Thank you all for joining us, and I guess we'll be back next week. I suppose we'll try and get Hobby Barn in so he can have a chat with us, and I have got plans to get some of the Airfix crew on board and
Nice.
you know, and everything else, and get some questions in for them. But yeah, we've been going for 2 hours and 10 minutes, so I suppose it's best we say goodbye. So
I put
that's it,
props
folks.
on it.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at that, and it spins.
Yeah, but only because it does that.
Yeah. You'll glue that in later, won't you?
At some point.
Yeah. Back next week. Also, channel members, I'll be continuing building this this Jeep, this Bantam. So if you want to become a channel member, starts from $1.99, and you come and watch me chat for all the private. But as a private, you get a notification, and you can, if you're not around, you can watch it back. But I've been doing these specifically for channel members only, and also these folks here in the chat, they need your support. So if you can, links below in the description box below are all the links to the channels who regularly attend the Airfix and Chill. So if you go along to them and give their videos a watch, give them a like and give them a subscribe as well, that'll be brilliant.
Please, I need
On
your
that
love.
bombshell. Yeah, need your love. And we shall see you next week. Cheers all and good night.
Bye, bitches.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.